Hey everybody, High Shield here, and we are picking up right where we left off last episode for episode 12. Last episode we met the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to some extent. We know Thancred is a Scion. We have not met anybody else just yet though, and Amall'ja has offered us to be a part of the Order. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer. What will you say? I will go whether the wild rose blooms. Wild rose is the Scion's keyword. Here's a no small endeavor, dangers are great, nothing. When we started the game in episode 1, I believe we chose we came out for glory, so we're gonna try and stick to that. So we will say yours is no small endeavor. Small? No. Worthy, undeniably. We labor for the good of all of the realm. Oh. Well, I guess I have to choose that one. Yep. Okay, let's see what the other options say then. Dangers is great, they are, yet the risks we take are justified, given that which is at stake. And if we say nothing, it just closes it. Alright, I will go with it, the wild rose blossoms.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. I never doubted that you'd come. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us, but we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She and...
Oops. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Sorry.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amall'ja and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a Primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Amall'ja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a Primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the Primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ul'dah.
Ever at your service, dear fellow.
Alright. So, we've been inducted as a Scion, and we're going to take on literally everything now. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amall'ja and Sons Mineral Concern have double security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Alright. I'm Isambard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amall'ja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp. The people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. And we'll take more money. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amall'ja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amall'ja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels can catch their scent, but I know not if the Amall'ja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. Well, willing, you may even come to learn of what the Amall'ja seek. Learn something of what the Amall'ja seek in this area. What a quest step. Retrieve ripe corpses. this way. And we can't get him out until we get a grain company, which is not for a little bit, unfortunately. And it looks like there's gonna be a fight in that area. Level 12 Amall'ja. And next level is our third combo. Our third in the combo. I think, right? Rage for Cologne, 26, yeah. We'll get that here in just a second then. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Ripe corpse. The spore soul appears to have been ravaged by an Amall'ja before sitting to rot for several turns of the sun. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amall'ja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less make their quarry unawares. So there were Amall'ja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there's more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amall'ja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who might implicit in the vanishings? Oh, I had to adjust my seat, sorry. Let's say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves. It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 'Twill forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anybody else. I'd wager he is at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write you a note for show him, else he's not like to speak to you. And we did get Rager Cologne, which used to have a strength down debuff on it, so it would, oh no. Oh, this guy. Well, gods be damned, you're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? Isambard's note. A few words scrawled in code by Isambard of Drybone. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Isambard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Play them all for fools and coax some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before, with all the disappearances. You can go talk to him yourself if you don't believe me. Well, that was helpful. Please, sir, just leave me be. I have nothing to say but this. Thancred, or whatever, has been feeding off us low folk. But what do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Yep. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. Welcome back, Ackerman. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. And this will always say it's better because we don't technically have a head slot on, but if we equip a helmet, it takes off our chest piece because it is chest and head. So we're going to take the armor, or the money. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than at the church of Sinadama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you're headed there, may I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A morbid request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marcus. He tends to the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. And that is the same place we went last episode to meet up with Aldous, which is right up here. Hi, Marcus. Yes, a body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, sir. If you seek a place of burial, then there's an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. A dead body ready for interment. Oh, I fell too far. Can't get over. Nope. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She's been kind to me. Everyone's been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orson within the church walls. I hear you have done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you see him next. You seek the knowledge of missing Drybone inhabitants? It is sure I'm closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear his behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. He don't messed up if he made Thancred angry. Thank you, Akban. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Akban? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons, and why. I, too, spoke with Ungist more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth in this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in service to the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Orson herself? Orson, she wouldn't, she couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper, Marcus, I'd swear to the 12 that I'd seen that face elsewhere before. Money. Sister Orson, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she, could it? Sigh, I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray, seek out the boy, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. It's way up there. So we go around this way. Ooh, excuse me. I want to use my mount. Please help. Sister Orson went out all on her own and hasn't come back yet. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it, but what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. And she should be right over here. Looks like there's a fight there. Here we see our third hit. Rage of Hello. And that'll spice up combat for a little bit, I guess. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. And we're just gonna port. I'm not gonna walk all that way again. Besides, we've got enough money here. And we've got 13k. Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. God's forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly not dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she's expected to make a full recovery. But now on to the matter at hand. Thancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he'll be waiting at the Amall'ja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. And that is down here. Ooh, oh my god. I should really take care of our hunt log. So there's just 3 of those guys, and then we can move on. We should be at rank 3 right now. But we're already over leveled, considering we're on, I think this quest is 17, 19, and we're 26. So I don't know if we need the extra experience right now. Ah, there you are, Ackerman. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false slowly they were. Perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amall'ja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer to keep my distance and remain here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, my dear Ackerman. Would you be so kind as to look inside? Rude. As long as we don't get aggroed, I'm not going to kill anything. Yeah, we're high enough level that they're not going to aggro us right away. Well, did anything tickle your fancy? A queer leaflet. A strange slip of paper found in the Amall'ja encampment in eastern Thanalan. This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. I found it hard to believe one among the order penned this. Pray, take this to the inn at Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. We'll spend the 100 gil, I don't care. Especially when it's just 1 bronze piece. We're getting 4 or 5 requests, mostly. Maybe I'll just collect these. And whenever we need money, I'll sell them, and I'll just see how much we can end up collecting. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? I found this paper. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This is not made by any true brother of, or sister of the order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? plot thickens. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary in our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Ackerman. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Silver piece. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Ackerman and me serve like with like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. They will serve very well, thank you, my thanks. Listen, Ackerman, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent to us, and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Speak with locals while garbed in weathered shepherd's tunic. Just that. And a pair of weathered shepherd's slops. Just those. Greetings, sir. Is there aught I may assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. I preach the teachings of Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of her wisdom? Azema is the keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. And you are? Huh, another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Begone and see to it that you don't make a nuisance of yourself. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Jeez. Ooh, sorry. Tired. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Drybone? Rude. Oops. There we go. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Ackerman. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spearing away hapless souls. Let's go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. But we will make our way there in the next episode. because we are at time. So, as always, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined, and if not, that's alright too, because I will still see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.